I have Eli's Skyscape here. Let's go ahead and read the opening statement. Okay, so we've got a sky series here, and aren't you lucky to have gotten this assignment with all the crazy weather we've been having? We have had quite a few rainbows this year, haven't we? You captured a rainbow here. I think editing wise, I think maybe you pushed a little bit, this is looking a little harsh right over in here, and yet at the same time a little bit underexposed. And I think that there could be a little more drama happening in the sky. I think that for balance, I'd probably want to lighten up the foreground a little bit and maybe go in and enhance some of the shadows along the edges of the clouds just to make them look a little bit more volumetric. I think you could take the exposure down a notch and deepen the blue of that sky to get a little bit more to get a little bit more saturation in there. There's some really interesting shapes, that are happening between the clouds. And there's a lot of drama going on, a lot of things that I think you could play up. Something down here just looks kind of harsh, and something up in here, I just wish there was just like a little bit more going on. Okay, so let's see, go to the next one. Okay, this one is, in my opinion, a much more successful image, much more drama happening in there. The way that the clouds are in this particular one, you've got layers of clouds. You've got this one that is very clearly close to us, and then you've got this one here that's kind of in the middle ground, and then you've got these guys back over in here that are clearly, very far away. And I think it's very successful as a composition. I just don't think you can go wrong, with taking pictures of valley sunsets on a cloudy day. It's just like, you wish you could just capture all of them. So I think that just the interest of the empty spaces between the clouds and just all the suggested drama. Whenever we see these dark clouds, we prepare ourselves. Then usually it winds up raining on the other side of town, and we don't get anything. But that's just kidding. Sometimes we get rain, and sometimes we don't. We've gotten a lot of it this year, and that's good for photographing the sky. Okay, nice, really nice. This one I think is an overpass or something. I can't tell. I think it's intentional that this is silhouetted out. However, I would like just a little bit more information, a little bit more of whatever's going on down here, just to kind of let me know what kind of ground I'm sitting on right here. I'm almost thinking that this diagonal is a little bit too powerful for what's already a very powerful sky. Maybe not. That might just be kind of a matter of opinion, because maybe that's actually even what's making it too. This is just super dramatic. Where you're shooting right into the sun. And of course, you're going to have a completely silhouetted out foreground if you do that. Especially if you're exposing for the sky and not exposing for the cloud and the ground. And why wouldn't you? These yellows that you're catching in here, and there's a lot of movement. I mean, you can really tell which way the wind is blowing. You really get a sense that those clouds are moving overhead, and you get the sense that the sun is sinking. I assume sinking. I am not a morning person. It could be sunrise. I always just assume they're sunsets, but uh, oh, this one's really nice. I love this yellow kind of glow up here. I'm not sure if that's from editing or if it was really, really that way. It looks the color in this is just really kind of intriguing. Um, it's there. I'm not sure if you edited or if that's really what it was like. You know, because it's like our skies can be so unreal. Sometimes, you know, there's something that does look kind of unreal about it. Um, but that's not necessarily inappropriate for the valley, because you know we absolutely have the best sunsets anywhere, in my humble opinion. Okay, so very, very nice. But I love the big empty space in here. Okay, this one is yeah, this one is also, you know, the thing that I think is working very nicely is you've got a much darker and more grayed down gradient in the background. I love the way that the layer closest to the horizon almost turns brown. And this transition, like if you look at this dark blue up here and see how it transitions into what's essentially its opposite. Essentially, this is a muted down variation of an orange, and this is a very muted down blue. And so what we have is what we would call a complementary color scheme, because blue and orange are opposite each other on the color wheel. They could not be more different. You know, they could not be more unalike. And that does tend to happen. You know, at this time of day, we get these, you know, we get the purples and the yellows, which is also a complementary scheme. And we get the blues and the oranges. So, you know, I think it'd be nice to maybe have a little bit more of that red blazing sun right here. This is awfully interesting. But I don't know how you would get that and get this. This, you know, what really would be fun. This would make a great panorama image, and maybe you did some panoramas. I don't know, but you know, it's kind of like I hate to have to choose between featuring this and featuring this. So why not just capture all of it? Okay. And as it gets darker and darker, it looks. For some reason, this one looks really grainy. Now, of course, I am just looking at it in a PowerPoint, so uh, I'm not sure if the ISO is at 200. I'm not sure what's making it look so grainy. I'd have to actually see the raw file, see what's going on. But you know, this is another just really nice composition. You know, of course, your eye is drawn to this one area here that is receiving the full effect of the sun, and everything else is in shadow. And so that creates a lot of drama. You've got a very, very deep space going on. You can, you know, very clear sense of this cloud being nearly directly over us, and these clouds being pretty far away, but these clouds being really far away. So you get this kind of, it almost looks like you're looking out on an ocean at some point, and these little things are islands. You know, there's almost like a suggested horizon line right in there. And, you know, isn't that the fun of you know, looking at the clouds and using our imagination a little bit. I like the way these lights are just starting to light up. That's something that you know, could possibly even be a interesting subject in and of itself. So yeah, so I think that that you've done a very nice job with these. I'm glad that somebody took me up on the valley sunsets. I was hoping somebody would do this, and I'm very happy with the way they came out. So nice work on this, and now we will take a look at your conclusion. And this also concludes our critique. So thanks for all the hard work, you guys. I am really, really glad to see you taking the things you've been learning and applying them. You're working really hard on these, and you're learning a lot, I can tell. So, you know, kudos to all of you.